This is the time for Nigerians to come together in one voice and let Ibom Air know that what they did is absolutely bad, and they deserve to feel it. They deserve to feel it in terms of patronage, because what in the world? What in the world? You imagine the lengths they went to cut those videos. I'm very sure they have more. They are just not releasing it because they know that it will then expose the ARIC staff. You are slapping me. Whereas they had previously fought. As you can see in that video where she said, you are slapping me. They had fought. Both of them are not wearing wig. Both of them were not wearing wigs in that video. So they had fought before, but ARIC Hair cut those places. They previously did not also show us where she was being dragged out of a plane naked. She had voluntarily wanted to leave, but they did not allow her to leave just because of switch phone, no switch phone. That woman was blocking her from leaving. And then I know that, the situation then descended to the extent that they started fighting before she was being evacuated from the plane forcefully. And that woman had to raise her shirt up in order to shame her in public. But she does not know that she's also shaming herself because she's a woman. The young lady has breasts. You too, you have breasts. What's the difference between your breast and that woman and the young lady's breasts? You're exposing yourself. You are indirectly shaming yourself as well with that ugly behavior that you just portrayed. Women, be it women, it is also women that will shame other women. They are always the first people to shame other women. I'm so angry, you guys. It's just so annoying. It's so annoying. Can't people just, board plane and disembark peacefully? Anyway, guys, this morning I'm bringing you an eyewitness account of actually what, transpired at the airport. Before this young lady started behaving erratically, it was obvious that she became very angry because of what these ARIC staff members did to her. We are going to go into all of that in a bit, guys. But before we do that, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Without further delay, let's delve right into the details of today's news. A man claiming to be a fellow passenger on the Ibom flight with Comfort Emerson had shared an account of a viral physical altercation involving the female passenger. Right now, if you're a passenger on that flight, we want to hear your account. We want to hear, various sides of the story. We want to hear other people's accounts as well, because it's obvious that Ibom Air, they are hiding something. It's obvious that they're only telling us the side of a story that favors them because they know that this young girl cannot speak out. She's in prison currently. So they are just bringing out the story that favors them. We want to hear various accounts of a story of what transpired before this young girl decided, to go on rampage. Moving on, notably, a now viral video on social media sparked buzz showing Comfort Emerson in a physical altercation with a pursuer. Furthermore, Emerson escalated the situation by slapping another crew member and attempted to use a fire extinguisher as a weapon. They did not say their part, so they did not say the hostess, fought with her. They did not say that part, so they did not say all of those. But as soon as she saw that someone was recording, she slapped me. This social media of a thing or this recording of a video, God, may God help us. Like I said, you guys, if you remember, go back to the first video I made about, this story. What I said is people will show your reaction, but they would not show the action that they, performed. They would now only bring out your reaction, but they will not show the action. Because I knew that definitely the action, something is missing. Something was missing at that point. I knew very much that, the action, what they did to her was not showing on the video. But as soon as they saw they saw that it favored them, they brought out the camera and started filming. That was when she said, you see, she slapped me. And people started bashing her. Why would you slap another person? Why would you slap someone else? Not knowing that they had previously fought. Because at that point, both of them were not even wearing wigs. So they had fought. It is now that we are seeing where, the girl was wearing wig, the air hostess was wearing wig, and she just wanted to exit the plane. And they were not letting her do that. And later she was being forced to leave. Why? Something is missing. Anyway, moving on. According to the male passenger identified as Tunde Ibrahim on Facebook, Comfort informed the crew that her phone was on flight mode. He claimed that the crew restricted Emerson from exiting the plane due to a disagreement over switching off her phone. Please, don't these hostess know that there's something called flight mode? When your phone is on flight mode, nothing is going to enter. You're not going to, it's just like your phone is sleeping. It's switched off practically. You're not going to be able to browse. You can't receive any calls and nothing like that. So they were insisting that she must actually switch it off. According to Tunde Ibrahim, after landing, Comfort was restrained from exiting the plane and was informed that airport security was on the way to pick her up for not switching off her phone. You are now calling airport security. Hey, it's been like say the air hostess, something there her brain, colomenta. She was pushed back into her seat to allow other passengers to exit the plane. It's obvious because even the air hostess was the one blocking the way, not allowing her leave. After landing, they refused to allow the lady from coming down, saying they have called the airport security to pick her up. In fact, they pushed the lady back on seats for many of us to pass, he stated. Now look at the screenshots of, what the young man said. This is his account of what happened before he then descended to a fist fight and then to where her breast was being exposed by this other woman. Be it women to fiakwa. Some women to fiakwa. I spit for her face. Some women can be so demonic. Some, I'm not even saying all now because I know that there are some God-sent women. I'm very sure that if there are women with sense at that point, they would use clothes to cover her shame. But these other women, she exposed her. She wanted to shame her. God will shame you just the same way you tried to shame this young lady. Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment here is from Adejobi. It says, Nigeria is just a joke. When it comes to justice in the court of law, I wonder a judge ordered the lady to be put in jail. No proper investigation. She needs to appeal the judgment as soon as possible. Impunity everywhere. What right does the Ibom crew had to prevent her from going down the plane after landing because of arguments of switching off phone? They pushed her back to prevent her from going down. The crew caused the whole thing. That is an assault on her. Anybody would be annoyed. Like anybody would be angry. She had wanted to leave. Maybe she even had a very urgent matter that she wanted to go and attend to. You are preventing her from leaving because of what? If it is really, really that important to switch off your phone when you're on the plane, why didn't the plane crash? At least you were able to land in Lagos without the plane crashing. So why not just let her go? But you want to call airport security. Hey. Rita Uche says she would have patiently wait for the security instead of making trouble. That's another thing I need to address. Number one is the fact that young ladies, please wear bra. I understand that it is now the trending thing to do where a lot of young women don't wear bra anymore. Imagine if she was wearing bra underneath her clothes. At least she would be having some sort of covering. You get what I'm saying? She would be having some sort of covering even after the woman tried to shame her. But because she was not wearing bra, everything outside. Another thing is young ladies, learn to control your anger. And that is one thing that I've had to taught myself. Pardon me, I've had to teach myself. That is one thing I've had to teach myself for some time now. There is no how you want to do it that you get me angry to the extent of, me throwing fist or, I can't. I'm just so unbothered. Except in some cases where I just want to prove a point, I will let you know. But in most cases these days, I would not even raise my voice because I'll just look at this mad, who is this mad person talking? Your opinion has nothing to do with me. Your opinion is not even real. So why? Why do I even want to give you that much respect? Why do I want to give you that much importance where your words will hold weight with me? You would never get a reaction out of me, especially when I know that you are poking at me. You would never. So young ladies, learn to put your emotions under control. Especially when she saw that the cameras were out, she should have been on live. You should have been, although she tried. Later, we saw the footage from her own phone, where she was also recording. But she should have been on live, recording everything as well and narrating her own side of the story even before she was, arrested. Put your emotions under control and handle things. Know that, knowing fully well that, okay, I can address this later. I can, I can address this. Just make sure that you put together your evidence, start compiling your evidence right from there. Record. If you cannot record, tell people to record. Are you recording? Let them record to see what they are doing to me. Please record me. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have evidence to be able to say, this is what happened. This is what transpired. It is not everything that Gra can solve. Gra cannot solve anything. Lastly, let's take one last comment. Judge says, that airport staff woman should be arrested immediately. She should. She should be arrested immediately. And if both that woman and the person that released the footage should be arrested. That stupid woman. I'm not even sorry to say she's stupid. Because how do you think that by stripping your fellow woman, you want to shame her? How do you think is right? And the person that released the footage, both of them, they are stupid. They are deranged. They are out of their mind. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Subscribe, guys, if you have not already done that. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.